Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing with what we mentioned yesterday. If you remember, we spoke about that if you have a klisha melachto isur, which means a utensil which you usually utilize as an isur for an isur, are you allowed to move it tzorah gufo, tzorah mekomo? We said that you're allowed to. And then we spoke about the cellular phone. So what happened is that there was a video that came out of Rav David Yosef saying that you're not allowed to come and you're not allowed to move a cellular phone on Shabbat if the alarm is going on. And he gave two different ways of getting out of the problem. Either by having a katan, by having a minor come and move the phone, or by coming and doing it bishinui. He said, since it's a derabanan, the entire concept of muktzeh, so if you do it with shinui, it would be okay, or with a katan, or even with both. By having a minor and doing it with shinui, so then that would for sure be okay. I went to him yesterday when he came, and I asked him, 1 second, but we have Rav Falk, he explains that the entire concept of muktzeh, when it's talking about that something that's going to bother you, it's going to be permitted. So he told me that he saw the tshuva of Rav Falk. The truth is though that we only get the very short, abridged version of the video of Rav David Yosef. Usually he gives an entire shiur of an hour. So he said he brought down the Rav Falk, he also brought down the Shemiyat Shabbat Chata that we brought down yesterday. But he said like this, what was Rav Falk talking about? So the truth is, when we were speaking, he says, right, as follows. Rav Falk is speaking about a case where, let's say, for example, there's a pen on the table. And it's bothering me. Why? Because right now, I don't want the pen on the table. Guests are coming, and it doesn't look good that, he's got the pen on the table. It's Shabbat. It's not for the, so for the yipui of the shulchan, or we're talking about the beautifying, whether it's going to be of the table, it would be permitted. Rav Moshe Feinstein was actually osir, because he said that the kavod Shabbat is that you leave it there, and that it should stay there. However, though, Rav Falk was coming and saying, no, that if right now you wanted it because of the beauty, just like during the week, you would have come and you would have taken off the pen from the table because you want that it should be a very, very nice table. So to here on Shabbat, you're going to come and you're going to take away the pen from the table because you want a nice table, it would be permitted. And that is the shita of Rav Falk, right? He did not speak about the actual cell phone, he spoke about Ipuya Shulchan, which is beautifying the table. So he says, but if we're going to come and we're going to say that in itself is already considered tzorech mekomo, that you need the space because of the beauty of the space, then you don't need all the proofs. So he says, 1 second, there you wanted the table in itself. You wanted the table clean, without anything. Why? It's a beautiful presentation. Here, it's not that you need the space of where the phone is. You just have a tziltzul, you have what's called an alarm, which is bothering you. And since you have an alarm which is bothering you, it's not the space that now you don't want, that there should be nothing there on the windowsill or on the floor, wherever exactly on the night table, right? It's better on Shabbat, obviously, that you don't put it right beside you. Because if you put it right beside you, you might actually turn it off or do other things without realizing it. So therefore, it's going to be further away. So therefore, he says, so maybe now you don't have the shita of Rav Falk, this concept. So when we were speaking, he said, 1 second, but I just thought of an idea. He says, you don't need any more a goy or a shinui. He says, why? Just put something there. You're going to come and you're going to move this phone, which is sounding off, the alarm. And the alarm is bothering you. So what are you going to do? You're going to come, pick up the phone, put it somewhere else, and you put there whatever it is that you needed to put there. Right? You're going to put there. Now, he told him, it's going to be like harama. What does that mean, harama? The Mishnah Berurah brings down, in Sif Katan Tet Zayin, we know that it's only going to be permitted to move what's called the klishim latoli isur for tzorech kilfo or tzorech mekomo, which means for the usage of the actual keli, the usage of it, or for the space of it. Can I move it mechama letzel? Mechama letzel means that I don't want it to get ruined. I don't want it to get destroyed. Am I allowed to do that? The answer is no. Mechama letzel is only permitted for a klishim latoli heter, for a utensil which is of a permissible utensil, but you cannot do it for klishim lakto liisur. Says the Mishnah Berurah, 1 second, what happens if I could use it? So even though my ikar kavana, even though my main intention is only going to be mechama letzel, but at the end of the day I'm going to use it, it's mutar. Fine. What about to do harama? Harama means I'm purposely doing it. Meaning I'm purposely coming and I'm moving you this utensil in order to put something there. So here it's already brought down, whether it's going to be the Shulchan Aruch Harav, the Pri Megadim, the Kaf HaChaim, right, the Chazon Ish and others, they are all poskim that le'arim letaltel klish melato le'isur le'tzorach mekomo is going to be mutar. What does that mean? I could actually do harama. What is harama? I'm going to do a trick. What does that mean? I've got, let's say for right now, a pen on the table. So forget now, it's true, we already have the heter of Rav Falk and others. What am I going to do? I'm going to pick up the pen, move it somewhere else, and purposely I'm going to put my plate here. Now the truth is I could have put my plate in another 20 places on the table. But I'm allowed to come and put my plate here, right where the pen is. Why? That is called harama, but that's mutar. But at the end of the day, I use the space. You could have used another 20 spaces. Doesn't matter. I'm using the space of the utensil. I have the heter. So because of that, it comes out that still, even if you're not going to say that it's not shayach the heter of Rav Falka moving the alarm because of the alarm in itself, right? Even though the Shmiya Shabbat Kiyachata was mekel legamre. However, if you do want to be choshesh, right, and say that be'emet it could still be a problem, so fine. So take the phone and just make sure that you're not picking the phone up towards you. Because when you pick it up towards you, it unlocks and it opens up. But what you could do is, as long as you keep the phone like this, that means you just pick it up and you just move it around, nothing's going to happen to it. And then what happens is that you're going to place there something else. You're going to put there, whether it's going to be, I don't know what, your watch, anything that you wanted, you just come and you put there, right, instead of where the phone was. And now you take the phone wherever you need to put it, and you put it, whether it's going to be in a closet, underneath some towels, inside of a pillow, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But once you already can do harama, there's no problem whatsoever of moving it, because that's also going to be considered tzorach mekomos. So you don't need any more, whether it's going to be a shinui or a katan to do that you could do it with whatever you want. You could come and you could move it letzorach mekomo, which is what? You put something else there, and then it's going to be permitted.